been a while.
Fucking piece of shit.
Teddy has been on daddy duty.
You fucking abandoned
Daddy
me.
duty.
You fucking abandoned me, dude.
I did not abandon you.
Yeah, you did.
First of all, thank you for holding down the fort like you did.
I just did one video, man.
Well, yes. Come on, that counts. Because we did not bank enough.
No, we didn't. We
Yeah.
didn't.
We could have.
We didn't have time, really.
We didn't have time.
We didn't have time.
Chris here has started class. He's now a good old boy going to school with his lunchbox.
I've
And,
got my
backpack.
I've got my tin lunchbox with my thermos full of apple juice.
Yeah. No, you're being good about it.
And my mama pinned my last test up on the refrigerator.
Yeah. How's class though?
That's going pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, my what I like is that for like my like hands-on like engineering type classes, I have the same teacher for most of them.
Okay.
So he does most of the classes. Like my next one in my next 8 weeks is a different teacher.
Yeah.
But he does like pretty much all my like engineering type class. And the dude's fucking chill, man.
So
he's
it's not,
just
it's not
straight
gonna
up a
be-
90s bro like me.
Oh.
Like it's like we're like the same fucking person.
Yeah.
He's like a little bit younger than me.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's
So it's not like a new teacher that you gotta get used to.
So
and shit,
yeah, I already like me and him already are like this. Like we hit it off. Like he's a good guy. The dudes in my class are good guys. We actually got a 16-year-old kid in our class.
Huh.
Yeah, he's graduating early. He's homeschooled, so he's about to graduate, but he's already taking some college classes.
Oh, so is he looking to go to like more? So he's gonna get an associate, and then he's gonna do his.
I have no idea what his plans are. Oh, he's already got a job lined up.
A
It's
weird
working
path though for a 16-year-old.
It's working in his family's workshop or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, but he has to get.
Yeah, he needs some
certified
paperwork.
and
Yeah.
everything to do
Yeah,
this
sounds
shit.
good. Yeah.
But he's doing something. He's on a different career, like education path. than me.
Yeah.
It's just we have that same class, but he's a cool kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like real Southern boy, man.
So you like this boy? Huh?
Shut the fuck up, man.
You're singing him raves like.
Oh, no, I mean, dude,
Okay.
like he's pretty damn he's a go getter, man.
Yeah.
Like you don't really see that many young people.
Yeah,
like
16-year-old right now would be like.
That's what I'm
what
saying.
trend is on TikTok?
So like I'm impressed by him.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I wish I had that motivation when I was his age.
What were you doing when you were 16?
Playing fucking video games.
What are you doing now?
Playing fucking video games. But I'm going to school and I'm working a full-time job.
No.
Fuck you.
Dude, I'm not taking that away from you. It's just, it was just a,
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I'm impressed by
A
his,
low-hanging
work
fruit
ethic.
that I got.
He's got good work ethic.
yeah, whoever you are, shout out to you, man.
Yeah.
And Chris is like that. No homo. He doesn't say it, but I'm going to say it too.
No, I mean, I think it goes without saying, 'cause,
Well,
right there. Sorry, ladies.
is that a new ring?
No, it's I
Is
want
that the old one?
I have a spacer in there.
What?
Yeah, well, because I have a huge ass fucking knuckle,
Okay.
and I have a.
So once you put in there, past the knuckle,
It
it kind of gets skinny.
Hula hoops around my fucking finger. I got some skinny ass fingers and some fat ass knuckles.
Yeah.
And I think actually when we got this ring sized,
Yeah.
because it's tungsten, you can't resize it.
Okay. Don't know about
My
that.
knuckle was swollen. So I think
What's the spacer made of? Like silicone or something?
Yeah, it's just silicone. It's just rubber.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That married life, eh?
So I mean, I gotta wear the
Super
spacer.
hard,
I don't like it to bounce around.
Yeah.
So I
How
wear a
about,
spacer.
did you ever think about going no ring? Just put it on your heart sometimes?
No,
No?
I don't think.
You know,
I would be happy with that.
In all fairness, Yordi does hate it that I don't.
You don't wear your ring?
Well, I try to whenever I remember, but
I wear it whenever I go out. When I'm at home, I don't wear it.
yeah. Isn't that a hustle though, taking it off to putting it back on?
No, not really.
What about doing an Angelina Jolie thing where you have it on your neck?
No, I mean I could do the thing where I get it tattooed on my finger, like some people do.
People tattoo their wedding ring?
Yeah, Ruben does. My brother-in-law and my sister. They got their rings tattooed on their finger, so they don't have to wear it all the time.
Interesting.
But, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
wow.
it's the ring you can't take off. So I might do that.
Yeah. Dude.
Maybe.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never thought about tattooing a wedding ring on there.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I mean, you better be damn sure you're with that person for life.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. The thing is, you just gotta surprise the new person. You're like, I'm gonna keep this one.
Yeah. Well, it's like I can't not wear it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Because it's on my skin. Just
Well,
wear
but
some duct
in
tape
any
around
case,
it.
though, I'm super proud of you for starting school.
Yeah,
You were hanging on
super
to
proud
it
of you for
for the baby.
yeah
Yeah,
for
it was
abandoning
hard.
me.
Having the baby was pretty.
Yeah,
rough.
it was. I know, especially with these slight complications afterwards.
Yeah, we had a bit of a medical scare, but
Yeah,
all's good now.
yeah,
Yordi's it's been super strong, dude.
yeah. She looks good, man.
She was great, doesn't
Yeah.
she? Yeah.
She looks.
And the kid.
She looks like normal Yordi.
Yeah.
Dude, he looked tired. He's got.
You caught him
You know,
right after the milk session.
newborn baby. He's got stoner face, man.
No, right after he drinks his milk,
Yeah, he's like,
he's got this bliss on his face. It's like, he's just out of it.
he just hit the blunt, dude.
It's not crack baby, I promise.
He just hit
Yeah.
the spliff.
Yeah, it's just like pass, daddy.
So yeah, man.
It's all good. Oh, so we gotta welcome people. To our
Yeah.
show.
Welcome to the podcast. I'm gonna hit you up with our plugs right off the bat
Damn.
to get it out of the way.
Okay.
If you want to support the podcast, you can go to coffeebrandcoffee.com, use promo code barely at checkout, or click on the link in the description, which I will post. You can hit us up on Twitter or on Facebook. We are on YouTube, Rumble. We on
Damn.
anywhere you can listen to your podcast now. We're literally on everything I could put it on from Podbean now.
Yeah.
So if there's something else that ain't available yet,
Yeah. If
we're
you're
not
in
there.
a platform that we've not heard of, then
then we're not there, but we're on
Yeah.
most everything else.
And we're doing this outside today because
Yeah.
it's finally raining. Texas is being Texas again.
Well,
so.
Texas
Less
got
Texas.
bipolar ass weather, dude.
Jesus.
Literally, man.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah.
One day it was freezing fucking cold, and like
Yeah.
everybody's just like huddle up. Next day, 80 degrees.
Yeah.
80. It went from like 20 to 80 in 24 hours.
That's insane.
That's some bipolar ass shit.
Yeah. That's not cool. It's not good. So
Yeah.
that's global warming.
Well, that's
for you.
Texas. That's actually, I heard some things, right?
Yeah. I'm kidding.
Right. I heard some things
Yeah.
that could actually solve this whole global warming problem.
How about you save that for another episode?
No, I want to talk about it now.
Damn.
Because
Okay.
it's not that big.
It's
of a thing,
passionate.
right?
All right.
It's not that big.
Hit
of a
me
thing.
with
It's
it.
not long
Hit me
enough
with it.
to
Okay.
make a segment out. So we cut down shit tons of trees, which eat carbon,
Mm-hmm.
to put up these solar and wind farms.
Yeah.
Baby.
Don't cut the trees.
Yeah. And like maybe in Florida,
Yeah.
because this is a swampy tree, mangroves,
Yeah.
which are like a tropical tree,
Yeah.
which you could probably grow in Florida,
Yeah.
eat up 50 times more carbon than a regular tree.
Yeah. Okay.
So if we planted mangroves,
Don't they need a
And-
specific kind of ecosystem though? Don't you have like
well,
marshland?
Florida's very,
Okay.
it's a
Yeah.
it's as close to a tropical environment in the United States that you're probably going to get.
Yeah.
So like I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
but if we
I
just
see what you mean,
planted
yeah.
trees
Yeah.
and stop fucking putting up these wind farms that don't have the output,
Yeah.
then guess what? We wouldn't be having this problem. Because I think that's the issue, right? Because I think we put out more carbon emissions back in the day because we had less efficient ways to mitigate it.
Yeah.
So like cars, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that bad,
Yeah.
right? I think it's because we have more fucking trees. I think it's because we just keep chopping down all the fucking trees.
Well, industrialization
for-
is obviously
yeah.
higher.
That's what
you
I'm saying.
can clearly see the carbon footprint of countries. China, the big three, like
Mhm.
Europe.
Yeah.
China, USA, India. You can clearly see an uptick every year, just because of manufacturing. However, you're right that
Yeah.
we have less forests. Just landmass that is covered by trees.
That's what I'm saying.
However,
maybe.
trees are not the most. They're not the ones that. The trees are not the things that take up the most carbon out of the air.
No, they're not.
actually
but I
phytoplankton.
think that's a problem, though, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the.
Oh,
I
it's
think
a
that's
thing.
the-
It's
I
an
think
issue, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want as many trees as possible.
Yeah.
But however, there's a data that came out recently. The Earth is actually greener than it used to be 2 decades ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's more
I
land.
think we've done a lot to reduce.
Yeah,
carbon
yeah.
emission.
But the thing is, that's the thing I was telling you about in terms of taking like the percentage of carbon taken out of the air.
Yeah.
It's actually phytoplanktons. It's like green.
Yeah.
I think it's called phytoplanktons. These are like green micro plants
Yeah.
that are in the sea, in the ocean.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that take up the most carbon dioxide out of the air.
Okay.
In your trees, they actually expel carbon dioxide at night. So it's not a thing. It's only oxygen output when it's during the daytime. So it's in terms of percentage, they're not the ones that take in the most.
Yeah. So anyway,
O2
all right. So anyways, on to the topic that I really wanted to talk about. That just popped in my.
What do you want to talk about, buddy?
I want to talk about this possible impeachment that's about to happen to Joseph Biden.
Passive aggressive, calling him by his full name. Holy.
Vice President Joseph Biden.
President.
No.
Hey, he's my president, dude.
Well, I do have to ask you something, right?
Yeah.
If it came out with all this shit true, would you still rather him be president over Trump? Like
best case scenario, neither.
All this shit with. Well, I mean that's what it's looking right.
If there's a criminal conduct by Joe Biden, I would not want him to be president. I think he deserves everything that comes along with indictments for criminal conduct.
Yes, I agree, but I'm just saying because I know a lot of people that even if like it came out and it was true,
I'm not a never Trumper.
Yeah,
that is a terrible position to have.
So, but if you look at things, right?
Yeah.
And I want to ask your honest opinion.
Yeah.
Out of both families, which do you think family is more stable?
Stable
on appearance, like because. From everything that I've seen, right, Hunter Biden's a fucking mess.
Yes.
Jill Biden is like stressed out to beyond belief because of her son and her daughter. Because Ashley Biden, her
I don't know about Ashley, by the way.
So her diary got taken by Project Veritas, James O'Keefe, and then the FBI went and repossessed it. He was given it. Someone gave it to James O'Keefe, he's a reporter, he's a journalist, and the FBI went and repossessed the journal, and so the whole thing wasn't published. So we don't know everything that was in that diary.
Okay,
but one of the things in there was, and Ashley Biden confirmed that it was her diary.
Yeah,
it was her diary.
Okay,
is that she showered with her dad. Like he would just get in the shower with her.
I was not expecting you to say that.
Well, no, I know. I wasn't expecting that to be in the fucking diary.
I'll tell you this. I don't know about the diary. I don't know about Ashley.
Yeah.
Never heard of that name to begin with.
Well, obviously, because she doesn't. She kind of stays out of the limelight, right? This is the only thing that's come out about her. But I'm just saying, based off that, because Don Jr., when he goes on air, he seems like a fairly normal dude. I don't know about Trump's other sons, but I don't really hear much about Ivanka. She's not doing any crazy shit.
No.
So I mean,
in fact, there's an argument to be
based off
said.
Just both families. The only crazy person that seems to be in that family is Donald Trump himself, and so like the family and Joe Biden also seems crazy. So we just negate those two, right? Because they cancel each other out.
Yeah.
The other family seems way more fucking stable.
And I would say it has less implications for the presidency, but just on the merits of who the person is.
What do you think of Vivek?
Who?
He took over DeSantis as number 2.
Oh, the
Vivek
Ramaswamy or whatever that guy. Ramaswamy. Swugazugani. That guy I have found to be I've only heard about 3 things that he's done.
So he
to shine on that stage, the first stage, he was an unexpected winner. I believe that's what they said.
I don't really,
because everyone expected DeSantis to kind of pop off.
So I don't think he won.
Yeah,
I think he made more noise than people thought he was.
Yeah.
So if that is considered winning, then he won. But I don't really think anybody won. That day, it just seemed so. Pence looked bad.
Yeah,
Pence looked really fucking bad, especially after his Tucker Carlson interview. I don't know if you heard that.
No.
So he said him and Tucker Carlson were sitting down, and he's like, "We have a homeless problem here, but you're saying your number one priority is we need more U.S. tanks in Ukraine."
Okay.
And he goes, "Why do you think that we don't?" And he goes, "That is not my concern." So the American people, our homeless problem, is not his concern. It's like, you're running for president.
Yeah.
And your own people, that looks real bad on you.
Yeah.
That looks real fucking bad on you.
That's a strange response to for
that's
presidential.
not strange. It's a horrible response.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what he was thinking at the time.
I don't know, man.
Weird.
I think he's trying to just get on that pro-Ukraine board to try to pull moderate leftists over.
Yeah.
That would be my one.
But you
guess,
don't see
right?
that with the Vivek dude.
No,
the Indian
well,
guy?
Vivek, he's anti-Ukraine, which I'm not fully anti-Ukraine war. I think we should hold up to our deals that we make with people.
Okay.
Because when we told Ukraine to, neutralize their nukes, right?
Yeah.
To de-weaponize themselves,
Mhm.
that we would protect them. We promised that, and I think that we should uphold that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we instigated that entire fucking situation.
I think Eric Weinstein said it better,
NATO,
which is
we kept pushing NATO and NATO closer and closer and closer.
That's
So
the thing. That's the thing,
we're
right?
proud in the fucking bear, man.
I think the word that he used was recognizing a local power, superpower. Just recognize a local superpower. Like recognize Russia as okay, the big dog right there. Intervening is going to do more damage than actually not.
Yeah.
But did you not see something in Vivek? Vivek or Vivek? How do you say
Vivek?
Vivek.
Yeah.
For example, he said he would deport all American-born children if their parents came into the country legally.
I don't 100% agree with that.
I understand that. There's a reason for that, though, right? Not only humanitarian, but the idea that someone born on American soil grew up in this culture, knows nothing.
Yeah. So that
crazy.
right there, okay. So right there, I think that's something that absolutely isn't going to happen, even if he did.
But why do you think he said it though?
I think he's just trying. He's trying to make, for one, he's trying to make a name for himself.
Okay.
Because people are kind of calling him Little Trump.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what he.
Because that Trumpian kind of move is what's making.
But you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I think he'd make a good VP.
Oh yeah, I think he would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would.
I think because I think he's way more charismatic than Trump is. Trump's pretty charismatic, but I think he's more charismatic than Trump.
Yeah.
And right now, because I don't think he's got enough experience on the forefront talking.
Yeah.
That if he wanted to again run for president after being VP.
Yeah.
Then that would open the window because he hasn't really. I think he's a lawyer, so he hasn't really done anything politically.
Yeah, there was another controversial thing he also had a position on. So
he said he would stop the war in Ukraine. That was, people were like,
I guess that's
well, I mean, people.
That's
were,
along the lines of a conservative.
Yeah. But
there was something else he did or said that was kind of like what? Kind of strange. But the thing with the deportation, I was like, he was pretty adamant about it. And I'm like, dude, that's inhumane. But I like the reason I asked you, why do you think he said it, is because I believe he's doing that to sort of appeal to that Trump base.
Yes, but he might be.
Why are you trying?
But
to
he's number 2. He took over DeSantis on polling.
Yeah, wow.
Like before the
crazy.
debate too. Before the debate.
Really?
Before the debate, yeah.
Is he raising money though?
I don't know. I haven't been following him. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I haven't been following him.
Well,
I saw a little bit of the debate. I saw a little bit. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
I caught a highlight.
I was like, I don't really give a fuck, to be honest with you. Because I don't want to hear Mike Pence talk. I don't.
So how did he? I
don't want to hear Chris Christie. I don't want to hear Ron DeSantis talk. I mean, it's just.
But how did then Vivek come on your radar? Like, what happened?
Well, from that debate, I heard about him shortly before that because I looked at the poll and I was like, who the fuck is this Vivek Ramaswamy guy?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit! It's like he took over DeSantis as number 2.
Yeah.
But DeSantis shot himself in the fucking foot, man.
Yeah, DeSantis.
Because he went. Well, I think what hurt him.
Yeah.
Because I originally kind of wanted him to be VP for Trump.
Okay.
He attacked Trump.
Yeah.
Right there. That's if you're on the Republican side, that's kind of a losing. Situation. You kind of have to embrace the whole Trump thing. Like even if you're trying to go up against him for the presidency, you kind of got to appeal to his base.
Yeah, like Lindsey Graham.
Did. Yeah.
Lindsey Graham is the perfect example of a fucking wishy-washy motherfucker.
Yeah, no. But anyway, back on topic.
Okay.
So the Biden impeachment.
Yeah.
So
it's an inquiry.
It is an inquiry. But it's an inquiry based off of some of the stuff that's been going on with the Hunter Biden trial, because Hunter Biden is being indicted on felony gun charges right now.
Yeah, he just got
but I think that's kind of like a smoking gun kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get him on something, not the other shit.
We talked about this, remember?
Yeah,
Where like maybe if they're kind of sort of throw him under the bus.
Yeah.
Like here's the sacrificial lamb.
But not with any of the other shit that people really care about. They're just trying to get him on this other indictment. Yeah. But his daddy's going to pardon him anyways. I mean, I guarantee you he's not going to leave his son in jail.
Yeah. Well,
but
I don't know.
I mean, maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, indictments doesn't necessarily mean jail time.
I know, but they're good. He's got to do time. He's got to be charged.
That guy has definitely documented history of being like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude, he cheated on his wife with his dead brother's wife.
Yeah, I mean, no, dude. As a person of like ethical sort of competence, the guy is not there, right?
Yeah.
He was a drug addict for a while.
No, he still is.
But potentially, I don't know for sure. But
okay.
I mean, he looks like he's cleaned up his act.
I want to bring up something. Okay. So, you know, when the cocaine bag was found at the White House?
Oh yeah.
And the big I honestly I don't care.
Okay.
Right? About I'm gonna assume it's Hunter Biden's.
Oh shit! Really?
Yes.
I think he goes through the guest lobby though.
Well, because he was there.
Okay.
He was there that weekend. And I think Joe Biden was doing like some kind of press conference that day.
Okay.
And Hunter Biden's on stage with him. Joe is there, Jill's there, and Ashley's there. And Hunter Biden walks across stage and does something like this. And Joe Biden, when he does this, Joe Biden tenses up with like a really tense smile.
Yeah.
And his mom just looks at him and shakes her head while he's walking across in front of Joe to stand beside his mother. So
crazy.
I can't really definitively state that he did a bump.
Yeah.
But it kind of looks like he did a bump. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to tell you this.
Especially from the context clues from the environment around him.
Yeah. Here's where I would start having a problem, right? If Joe Biden is doing something to cover up his son's crimes, right? If his if he has taken part in some kind of shady deal.
I honestly think that Hunter Biden's taking the fall to cover up for Joe Biden's crimes.
Okay,
that's what I think it is.
But
I don't think it's the reverse.
Think Republicans this Congress with Kevin McCarthy is going to let anything slide.
No,
I'm not worried about that, right? No. But here's the thing that I'm worried about with the impeachment, right?
Yeah, it's
clearly, and everybody was hoping with Trump new interview with I don't know if it was Megyn Kelly or the other lady who's Meet the Press interview.
Yeah.
Everybody was hoping, like praying to God that he doesn't say what he said, and which was, they did it to me, so we got to do it to them.
Yeah, he shouldn't have said that.
Right? And then he said, it's going to be the same with indictments too.
Yeah.
Now, you want to have high crimes and misdemeanors.
So do you think the 2 impeachments on Trump were justified?
So I'll tell you what I think about those, right? It was wrong. McCarthy has some truth when he said, Nancy Pelosi switched up the proceedings.
Yeah.
Without having a vote to start an inquiry, right?
Yeah.
Now, they did it. The first thing they started the investigation, but then they had the votes after the fact. I think it was about a month or so after. I think Amanda Rogers was giving a report on that. So there was a vote, right?
Yes.
McCarthy and there was.
But they did the inquiry first.
But they did the inquiry first. I understand that.
Yeah.
McCarthy plans to have no vote. He actually skipped potential votes because he knew clearly there are some centrist Republicans, even some like hardliners that were actually like, there is no smoking gun here. There is no high crimes and misdemeanors. We should not lower the threshold for starting this inquiry to one of the biggest things you could do.
Are you talking about Joe Biden?
About Joe Biden, right?
Yeah, okay.
They're saying we shouldn't do that, right?
Yeah.
Now he's right in referencing what Nancy Pelosi did.
Yeah.
It was kind of wrong, right?
Well, it was wrong.
Have the votes first, right? Have the votes first.
Yeah.
Now I understand why she started it immediately because we have enough here. the guy is obnoxious. We gotta get him.
Yeah, he's obnoxious, but that's not. You can't impeach someone for being obnoxious.
No, I'm saying like the Democrats were not happy with Trump, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So whatever they could find.
Well, because he was an establishment.
Correct.
He wasn't an establishment. If he was an establishment Republican, I don't think they would have cared.
But if you want to say we have the moral high ground, we want to do things by the book. The Constitution is the highest codified law of the land. Yeah. We're gonna follow that. Don't do what Nancy Pelosi did.
No, exactly, but they're not though.
That's
right.
Well, he did.
That's what I'm saying. They're not.
No,
they should vote on it first.
I'm convinced that that's what they're doing because the people. I'm gonna show you names. I don't know if I can pull them up right now. The names of the Republicans that actually told McCarthy, "You're not gonna have the vote of this caucus and this caucus for that inquiry because we don't think this needs to happen right now." It's crazy. Yeah. Those people are like not Joe Biden's fans, okay?
I know. All right, so we'll see. I'll look into that. I'll look into that after. But so, given proceedings aside, so it really seems like we don't have enough substantial evidence. Yeah. But putting a bunch of things together that have happened, a string of events, a timeline. Yeah. We can kind of see that there may. The claims that Joe Biden was attached to the Burisma dealings, the business dealing, was a thing.
What was the name of the guy you were telling me about?
Devin Archer. I'll get to that, but there was also the fucking I need to look up his name, but he was the head of the Burisma. He was the CEO. Okay. So when they were under investigation by Shokin, he was the investigator. Okay. He fled the country. And when Shokin got fired, he came back. Right? Yeah. And that's the prosecutor that Joe Biden got rid of. Yeah. And Joe Biden is on record saying this live in a fucking interview. He had an interview, and he stated himself that he went to Ukraine, withheld congressionally approved money to Ukraine unless they fired this prosecutor that was investigating Burisma. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have to find like a good paper trail.
So, I think that's why I get to the Devin Archer thing. Yeah. So Devin Archer testifies that they were in Dubai on a executive board member meeting. Okay. How many years ago was this? Do you know? Huh? When it was this? Do you know the year? 2016, December 21st. Okay.
So well into his vice presidency, like almost to the end.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well into it. Yeah. It was 2015 to 2016. Okay. I can't remember. So, off the top of my head, I was researching this like deep. Yeah. Like early this morning. Mm-hmm. So, he was on a board meeting with Hunter Biden, and he was brought on as like a lobbyist kind of thing to lobby for people. Yeah. So he wasn't like on there, and he doesn't know why. Hunter Biden was working for him originally as legal counsel, so he can give Hunter a job. Because Hunter wasn't working, and they were working together on something beforehand. But then he got hired on as a board member of Burisma, and then later on they brought Hunter Biden on, and he was like, "Why is Hunter on this board?" He was like really curious about it because it didn't make any sense. Yeah, because he's only got a legal degree. He doesn't have anything else like that he could possibly know about this stuff. So that didn't make sense to him. This is on testimony. I'll put this transcript on our Discord. Okay. So and I'll send you a copy. Okay. Where is it? Okay. So he they go and testify while they're at that board meeting in Dubai. Yeah. In November. This is before the prosecutor gets fired in December. They're like, "Hey, things aren't looking good. Our assets are getting frozen because we're under investigation. And like we need to do something about this." And then they're like, "Hunter, can you call DC to get some help?" So Hunter calls.
Which would make sense. They brought him on just for this, right?
Yes. Yeah. So calling DC, not really a red flag. But later on, Devin Archer was in the call with the CFO on the board. And he said, Oh yeah, Hunter called his dad.
Yeah.
So,
but the name was under an alias, right?
huh?
Do you remember?
No.
It said
no.
dad
He
or
called
something?
his dad.
What? But did he not say it was an alias?
No. He didn't say there was an alias.
Okay.
He specifically tells Devin Archer. Well, this is what Devin Archer testifies that he couldn't remember which day it was, if it was the same night or the next day.
Okay.
So he didn't. But he was like in the car with this guy who was a CFO, and he's like, "Hey, Hunter Biden called his dad in D.C." So that's what in D.C. meant. That's what.
Yeah, that's what.
That's what they confirmed, which is what everybody's assuming.
Correct.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to be charitable, he can be calling lobbyists in D.C. to kind of put pressure on them. If we're going to be charitable.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's be honest. Who's he calling? I guarantee you, every time Hunter's had a problem in his life, he's called daddy. So,
is it true that there is money that is unaccounted for in terms
there's
of
a bunch of shell corporations that the FBI blocked the IRS for looking into. That's another thing.
Not a good look.
No, not a good look. There's a bunch of shell corporations. So, and the FBI told the IRS to stop investigating these.
So will this impeachment inquiry, will it include...
Which I don't, to be honest with you, I don't know if the IRS has authority to look into shell corporations. So that might be beyond their jurisdiction. So I don't know.
That might be FBI.
Huh?
That might be the FBI.
Yeah, maybe. So maybe that's why it happened. Yeah. I'm being as charitable as I possibly can.
Yeah. Well, do you know if is it going to be part of the impeachment inquiry to look into this, like, actual investigation?
I think it should be.
Right?
I think it should be.
Like, if you're going to have any grounds...
I mean, literally, if there's nothing to fucking hide, right?
Yeah.
Let us look.
Exactly.
So if he's got nothing to hide...
Yeah.
I mean, it's just... If you look at the entire... Like, back in 2009, there was the New York Times article called Biden Inc.
Okay.
And it was like how the Biden family
made their money,
their wealth based off Joe Biden's political power. Because because it has look at what happened with Joe Biden's brother, right? When Joe Biden got VP, he got all the lucrative contracting deals in Iraq.
Listen, okay, I'm gonna ask you this.
What's up?
Do you think is there any politician that you think that's in DC or somewhere that is their nose is entirely clean?
I think the whole thing is shitty.
It's all shitty, right?
Like, that's why I think there should be term limits, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't give you enough. That doesn't give you that much time to get that much money lobbied on you.
Oh, absolutely.
That I mean, you'll probably get some, but not enough to make this much of a corrupt impact.
Correct.
Right? Joe Biden has been in the Senate his entire fucking life.
Like forever, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's been a senator forever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry, that just shouldn't be acceptable. We need to have term limits on these lower things, like governors, congressmen,
mayors,
all those people, not mayors, sure. Maybe not mayors.
You want?
Yeah, I don't think
dogs could be mayors apparently.
Well, I'm just saying maybe not mayors, but like
mayors.
the higher echelon of things. Right?
So starting from governor all the way up to
maybe from like maybe not state senator. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to really think about it, to be honest.
Why not all politicians though? Shouldn't you just leave?
Because I don't think. Do you really think like your fucking local comptrollers just pulling in the fucking dough from lobbyists, or your local senator?
Well, you can't because there's just not that much money.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I don't think on the local spectrum, maybe governors, right? So maybe a term limit on governors, like a two term limit, like every 4 years. But like for your congressmen and your congresswomen, stuff like that, maybe there should be term limits, because it seems that these people just sit in office forever, mostly don't do anything.
Yeah.
And they just collect paychecks. It's a real problem. They just collect paychecks from lobbyists, because like most of these people came into being congressmen and women relatively like middle class-ish, and now they're fucking millionaires. Yeah. Off of how? Yeah. Like literally how did you become a millionaire?
There are crazy things that happen in the Senate and Congress, like people being able to trade in the stock market. Like, it's insane to me.
Okay, so I don't think they should be able to stop from trading the stock market.
They should absolutely be, Chriso. I'll tell you why.
Well, like you shouldn't be denied a right just because you're in a position of power.
Well, it's not a right.
So,
There are things that you're denied that you're not going to be able to do. This should be part of it. You cannot.
I don't think so.
Well, here's the thing, though. You can clearly see they're making a shit ton of money off of this. Like, why do you think Nancy Pelosi?
Yeah, but they wouldn't have the money to dump into the stock market like that if they weren't fucking getting the money from lobbyists, right?
Well, yeah, but there's an incentive for them to make money on the side. Real good money.
But I don't think the majority of that's from the stock market. I think a chunk of it is, but not the majority of it. I think the majority of it comes from.
I can actually show you numbers
if you can.
Oh, it's crazy, Chris.
This would just be my.
It's actually insane, Chris, how bad it is. The way they it's crazy that we allow our senators and Congress, men and women, to do this. It's insane. But that's another, maybe a topic for another day.
Yeah.
To get back to what would constitute impeaching a president.
Well, or so some kind of colluding with a foreign government, right?
That's treasonous almost.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
I don't know.
Using the office for personal enrichment.
Yeah,
that should disqualify you.
Right there.
That should disqualify you.
That should disqualify you. That's what I think it is, right?
He's
colluding for personal gain. I don't think it's necessarily treasonous because I don't think he's selling like
state secrets
to Ukraine.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't constitute it as treason. I would constitute it as colluding for personal gain.
But it should disqualify you from.
It should absolutely disqualify you.
So let's see.
I mean, and not only that, there's also record and flight logs of him taking Hunter Biden to China on Air Force 2. Flight logs, we've got them.
Yeah.
He went there to collude in a lucrative business deal. Like, if it was just Hunter Biden's thing, why couldn't Hunter just go there by himself?
For sure. Now,
Joe's got to be fucking involved.
The only thing I want you to recognize for me is this.
Yeah.
What has Joe Biden done that is well above and beyond what our politicians, like some kind of benign corruption? I know there's no such thing as a benign corruption that other people are doing in terms of like insider trading, sort of colluding with lobbyists, sort of, doing things that are like on the side that we all kind of like look the other way. Obviously, they're going to do this. We can't really enforce anything about that. They're in a position of power. What has he done that constitutes removing him from office or disqualifying him from the presidency more so than other politicians? I just want to know that because I feel like almost all of them do what he's done.
Well, exactly right.
And this is me admitting that he's done something. There must be some wrongdoing,
I understand. I understand what you're saying, but it's like we don't have a paper trail for most of these people, right?
Okay,
that's the problem. Because I think we could get anybody on these fucking charges
if we had evidence.
Okay. Like Hunter Biden is a fucking drug addict who left a fucking paper trail.
Yeah.
So he took his laptop in for repairs. And that's another thing. The government covered that shit up so fucking hard. They told Twitter anybody who talked about it.
Was that under Trump's presidency?
Yes.
So how come he was not able to?
Because they were being undermined. Like everything, were you not aware of all the undermining?
I know
that
FBI tends to have its own thing. Like
but he was being undermined by the generals. They were giving him misinformation about how many troops they had where.
Yeah.
Everybody was undermining him.
Yeah. It's complicated, eh?
Yeah. So it's just like, how's he gonna work effectively?
So to go back to my point, you're saying we have enough evidence, enough paper trail.
I don't think
you're
it's 100%
saying
enough.
At least if there is,
I think there's enough to warrant an inquiry.
Got it. Yes,
especially into these shell corporations.
I agree. Actually, I completely agree. So just let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's say this is not.
I'm being as charitable as I fucking can be.
No, I'm saying for me though, in terms of people like Kevin McCarthy going after Joe Biden. Let's say this is not a political stunt. Let's say genuinely there is enough to warrant some kind of investigation.
Yeah,
right?
I think there's enough.
Yeah.
Circumstantial evidence.
Okay.
To warrant looking into this.
For sure.
If we find nothing, I'll drop it. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh.
Yeah.
It's collusion. I'm not going to say that.
That's 100% a healthy attitude to have.
But I want to look at it. But
Absolutely.
It's just like when the shit with Trump was investigated, nobody dropped the shit.
You mean
nothing came back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nothing. There was nothing.
Yeah. I mean, well,
but nobody dropped it. They're like, nope, it's still true.
No.
It's still true.
Okay, so like, the dossier with the Russian thing,
because I guarantee you this: most people on the left, regardless of if Joe Biden is found to have been colluding with Ukraine for personal gain, they would still vote for him.
Yeah, that's a terrible attitude to have.
It is. It absolutely is. Yeah. But I think that's the case, though, man. Because Biden's going to be the incumbent. Biden's not stepping down. He said he was only going in for one term.
Yeah.
He's going in again. And the only reason they're doing that is they don't have anybody else.
They don't have anybody else.
They're trying to set Gavin Newsom.
Have you noticed something interesting?
This is something I want to.
Okay.
I think he's going to drop Kamala as VP.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
And I think
there's been a bunch of people, Democrats, being asked, is she a good running mate? And everybody was like,
no,
just
everybody
going around circles.
Yeah. Everybody hates Kamala, dude. Nobody likes
I'm ready to be
president.
She
is so unelectable. Period.
She's unelectable. 100%. Yeah.
Follow me for a second. This is what I think was going to happen.
Okay.
They're going to pick Gavin Newsom to be his VP.
Okay.
Right? Because they want Gavin Newsom to be president. And early on in Joe's presidency, they're going to use the 13th Amendment to say that he's not mentally fit to have office.
Yeah.
And make Gavin Newsom president of the United States.
You heard it first. Yeah. That's the conspiracy drop right here.
This is like my guess.
Yeah.
Right. This is my guess.
That's reasonable, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I think is going to happen. Because come on, man, Joe's pretty much a corpse at this fucking point, man.
Did you hear Trump said he's not too old to run for president, though?
Yeah.
You know why he said that, right?
Yeah.
They're the same age almost.
Yeah, they are.
Like 2 years apart.
But I'm going to tell you the mental capacity between Trump and Biden is night and day, man.
I 100% disagree with that.
Really?
I'll tell you this. Biden obviously losing grip on reality.
Yeah.
Okay. Not denying that.
Yeah.
But I think Trump is too fucking stupid to be president. I'm gonna tell you.
Oh yeah, but
now I know it's too simplistic to say this.
Going forward, I mean, do you not realize we?
Do I want a stupid
Bush
person
Jr.?
or a demented person? Is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, but okay, so a demented person.
Yeah.
You can't talk reason with them.
No,
because they don't have a firm grasp on reality to even grasp what reason is.
Yeah.
I think.
But the other guy saying let's nuke the hurricane.
Person, even if he,
yeah.
Do you think you have? Which one do you think you have a better of talking reason with?
Listen, stupid does what stupid does.
Answer the question.
I think whenever Joe is lucid, I think he's more presidential.
When? I have not seen this man lucid in 4 years.
I'll tell you when I saw him lucid. Actually, I actually thought of this, and I thought of you. So they asked him, do you know about the McConnell kind of freezing thing happening? You know about that?
Yeah.
So they asked him, do you think he's fit to return to work as a senator? And he was like, he gave the most concise and like articulate response that I've heard him do. Yeah. And I'm like, damn. I mean, maybe Joe, I'm kind of writing him off too quickly. And I'm going to have you listen to him like right after or whatever. He was giving like a press conference. They asked him like a rapid question. It was not something that he had on a docket. And it was not prepared. Yeah. But it was like, I spoke to him right after. He sounded like his old self. Yeah. And I think he's more than good to go back to work. And I was like, yeah, but the fact that I was impressed with a 2-liner response shows you how low the bar is for Joe Biden.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the one time in 4 years.
I know you were gonna say that.
One time in 4 years. I mean,
that's the one time.
I mean, I've seen him. He can't say words. He makes up words. He makes up words worse than George Bush Jr. did.
That's terrible. Yeah.
He goes. Yeah. Like when he's talking about healthcare.
Yeah.
He's like, we need beta cath care and trimming the sun under pressure. Like, what the fuck? What did you
just say?
What did you say?
Yeah, it's weird.
And then fucking.
I'm worried about it, dude. I'm not lying. I'm worried about his competence in terms of cognitively to be able to.
Okay, so my best case scenario, Trump Ramaswamy. That's kind of what I want.
Yeah,
it's kind of what I want. But I think it would be good for Trump to get in the office.
What if Trump lost the primary, though?
I don't think he's gonna lose the primary, dude.
But what if he did?
If he did,
who you got next?
Ramaswamy. Because I
think it's too new blood.
No.
You think you'll?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like with Trump, right? Trump was new blood.
You know, you understand, right? But there's a difference. But I think you understand what I'm saying. But do you think, out of those people that are on the presidential thing running for the candidacy right now, the only person nationally electable is Trump. That stands a chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
tied almost 46%.
I like Trump and Vivek so much.
Okay.
They're anti-establishment, man.
Yes.
Like the establishment is so damn corrupt on both sides. Both sides. It's not just like we need someone to come in and kind of fucking clean house.
Shake things up.
And I think Trump should have done that his first term. Mm-hmm. He didn't do it. He didn't clean house. And that was his first fucking mistake, right? Because every president does this. Every time a president comes in, they fire the previous president's employment in there. Yeah. And then they bring in their own people. Trump didn't fucking do that.
Not all the way.
No. He really didn't do it. He kept on I think 90% of fucking Biden staffers that were there. In there, and they were all working against him.
But you remember the issue, right? When he took office, there was not really the expectation that he was going to win. There was a huge issue of filling up spaces, spots in the government. So he really had to go with establishment people.
Exactly, he did. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. He should have done what he said and cleaned the fucking house.
But who? Take her and put Boebert in?
I don't know. I don't know who you brought in, man. I don't know.
Because they were not prepared. Like, they don't have anybody there. That's why.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know who they would have brought in. I'm just saying, like, he should have cleaned house.
But if
maybe Trump, not immediately, but he should have worked on it, like, over the first year.
No, I like the reason why you say you would prefer Trump. But I think there's going to be a huge leap for him to jump right now. Do you know there are 2 states that are challenging his ballot?
Yeah, dude. I've read the indictments.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really seem that. It doesn't really seem like
the January 6th.
It doesn't seem that big of a deal, especially the fucking one they're trying to get him on the RICO charges for.
The Georgia thing, we're gonna see once the 2 people, because I think the DA's request to have all 19 tried together was just denied. Yeah, so we're going to be able to see.
That's like one of the ladies. Yeah, she's charged for just sending a fucking email.
Who the one of the lawyers?
One of the lawyers.
I forget her name.
I can't remember her fucking name either.
Oh, you're talking about Ellis? Jenna Ellis?
Yeah, she sent an email. Yeah. She's a lawyer. She's supposed to have legal protections.
I think there's 2 more charges for that are serious for Jenna Ellis. I know for a fact. Maybe we're referring to 2 different people.
Maybe it's 2 different, but she was just like, she sent a text and sent an email. That was literally fucking it. Yeah. But lawyers have legal protection about that. But even if it is RICO, right? Even if there is some fucking underlying fucking collusion, which I read it and loosely. Yeah. It's like you got during the trial, they need to come up with some fucking strong evidence to convince me.
Now,
because it's some loose ass shit, man.
But this is what I was telling you. The 2 people that asked for expedited trial.
Yeah.
The reason DA did not want to try them first before Trump is so the legal strategy does not show.
Yeah.
Now Trump's lawyers, the defendants, are gonna get to see what they have on him, right?
Uh-huh.
And we get to see that. Yeah. Right. And if shit is not really holding the water, if it's like a Russiagate-ish kind of thing,
dude, it's
good for Trump. It's good for Trump. It's good for Trump. But we have to
adopt. Tell you something.
Yeah.
Ever since Trump has gotten his mugshot, his support from the black community, unprecedented numbers for a Republican.
Yeah, he did say
he's got 20% support in the black. They've never hit that high.
Quadrupled or quintupled or whatever
it's never been that high.
I think he raised 7 million
based off
the first
that,
40
right?
hours. Yeah.
Democrats have always feared if the Republicans ever got double digits
black vote,
of support.
Yeah,
they would never win again.
So that poll
and
that poll that came out that shows in dead heat both Joe and Trump is a little worrisome, right? Because normally a couple this many months out from the election, it would always be, if it were gonna go Democrat way, they're gonna be up by a couple points.
Okay, but this is what this is the reason why I think Joe might not be able to win, right? So most people don't pay attention to any of the news stuff.
Yeah,
most people don't. They just notice. They just know that when Trump was in office, gas was cheaper, food was cheaper. And now Joe Biden's in office. Yeah. Gas is more expensive. Yeah. Food's more expensive. Their bills are more expensive.
That just betrays people's credulity. The president has nothing to do with
I understand that. I'm understanding what you're saying. Yeah. But I'm talking about just
people's perception.
Majority of voters, right? Yeah. They're like, things were good when he was in office. Yeah. Things are bad now that this guy's in office.
Yeah. But if you actually look at the numbers, though, different, right? At the end of Trump's presidency.
All right, so I'm going to... Yeah, but that was COVID, dude. That was COVID.
Yeah.
All right, so, I mean...
The COVID response.
Yeah. It's like, I can't... It's not like I'm not going to blame fucking Obama for shit being bad in fucking Louisiana when the hurricane fucking hits, right?
But you'd have to judge him on the response, though. If like Bush with...
Yes, but okay... Yeah. Granted, he didn't have that much time in the response, to be honest. That happened at the very ass end of his presidency. It was like, what, months?
November, so...
Yeah, so months. So he didn't have much time to really establish a response. And Joe Biden, he did okay. I'm not. His team did okay in the response. Yeah. But things ended up pretty fucking worse. There's businesses that will never come back.
Yeah.
The small businesses pretty much died during that point.
I honestly don't blame Trump
for mental health fucking... I'm not blaming Biden for this either, right? Yeah. I mainly blame the Democratic leaders in the cities because the mental health declined even further. Because one thing that you thought would have probably brought this country together divided us even fucking further. Yeah. Because when people have a common enemy, which the fucking pandemic was a common enemy, and I'm talking about that we got bad parties on both sides on this. It's not just the left. The right was pretty fucking toxic on this shit too. Yeah. Like, I also agree that I shouldn't be forced to wear a fucking mask in public.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, I was forced to take the fucking vaccine and I'm allergic to it.
Yeah. Are you not going to take a booster now?
No.
Come on.
No.
Boost it up, buddy.
No, because guess what? Texas ruled no one's allowed to legally mandate you to take a fucking vaccine, which they should have done.
Those days are gone.
To begin with.
I don't think even masks are mandated.
I got to ask you a question, though. Yeah. Don't you think it's kind of a little bit suspicious that this shit's happening around election time again?
You're saying it's a pandemic? That's
the
buzzword.
No. Yeah. But if this shit happens again in 4 years...
Yeah. That's gonna be like.
Then I'm gonna call it that, right?
You're gonna be full house.
Yeah. Well, I mean, literally though, dude, it's like, was this just an election season fucking pandemic?
It's just so many fucked up things have happened. I don't rule that out as a possibility.
Yeah. I'm not 100% on my own theory here. Yeah. I'm like maybe 30-60, 30, I believe.
Yeah.
30-70. I mean. So I'm like 30, so
it's unfortunate, but politicians have used distractions all the time.
It's just kind of. Well, they already tried that, right? They tried to do. They're trying to do it with the Hunter Biden thing. Yeah. They're trying to do it with the fucking trying to lock down for global warming. Why the fuck would we lock down for global warming?
I don't know about that.
I was like, what? How does that make sense? It's because they just want to lock us down again. Because the mail-in voting benefited them heavily.
Yeah.
So that's what they're trying to implement that again. They're trying to get the lockdowns again, so they can implement the massive ballot harvesting and yeah. But I think that's what fucking Trump needs to do. He needs to encourage people to go out and ballot harvest. And
but the fact that they've already sort of instilled the idea that that's not the way to do it. Has hurt them real bad. Nobody.
No, I think they should play the game.
Yeah, they should tell them. Everybody should use the mail-in ballot. Like, just do that.
Yeah.
It's a legitimate way of voting.
Well, it is, right?
Yeah.
It's legitimate. It's free and fair, right?
Well, I mean,
until
it's
that's entirely the reason. That's entirely the reason why the Democrats want to get rid of the Electoral College, right? Is because it doesn't benefit them.
Yeah, I mean, there's arguments for that. I'm not
into
that argument.
It obviously doesn't, right? Because Trump didn't win the popular vote back in 2016. Hillary did.
No, he did not. No.
But Trump won because of the Electoral College. They don't want the Electoral College because they don't think we need it, but I think we do.
Potentially, maybe. I'm not. Yeah, like I said, I'm not too versed in whether or not to say. Well,
if you look at it, right, there's no blue states. There's blue cities and red states.
Well, doesn't that like become an argument for getting rid of it then, though?
Well, no. Well,
if we're all mixed up, then let's just use one vote, one person, one vote, one citizen. One vote.
No, like the population density is in the cities.
Correct. But what I'm saying is if cities end up being more blue, but there are parts of the country, the state that are red, then we shouldn't really
most of the country is actually red. It's just the cities that are blue. We have blue
most
cities.
Of the country is red because middle America with 63,000 people a county is red, which is like a whole size of Texas. Yeah. But that's red, right?
Yeah.
But if it's one person, one vote, then it really doesn't matter where you are. It should be your vote that counts, right? So I'm saying the whole state is not really red or blue.
But we're gonna go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of odd.
Where we've had this conversation before, where you think that it's majority rule.
Minority right.
Yeah, but you already know that's probably I don't think that's ever going to be to happen.
I'm perhaps being an idealist.
Yeah, I think you are.
Yeah,
and I'm not trying to like insult you by calling you that. No. But
I call myself that.
It's
we
see throughout history that that's not the case though.
Yeah, that's I concede to that. Actually, that's very true. But it's never a bad thing to be optimistic, to hope for good nature, to human nature.
I always take my pragmatic view, which is more bad things happen to people than good things.
Yeah, I would caution against calling pragmatism and pessimism side of like blurring the lines.
I mean,
I would never say you're a pessimist. You're always looking out for your country, for your people, family. I get that.
It's not that because I think if I was pessimistic, I would just be like everything's bad and nothing's ever good.
And you're not.
I'm just like thinking most things are bad, and I try to see where the good can be.
Correct.
But I always err on the side of the bad thing happening because 80% of the time the bad thing happens.
Okay, so I've got a what if scenario for you because we're getting towards the end of.
What if I threw this beer at your head?
Hi, Alice. Oh no, we acknowledge her. Now she's upset. Trump gets prison time.
Yeah. I got something for you.
He gets prison time. Or better yet, he gets disqualified on
they're trying to do that. But 14th. You can only do that if he's found.
The third section of that 14th Amendment, definitely.
Yeah.
For me, I know they're saying it's a kind of like an off legal theory. I read the section.
Yeah.
Okay. And we can go over
I've debated
together.
The third section. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
I know it applies for a time that is not like the time that we have right now. But because they were addressing the revolutionaries on the South. What were they called?
The Confederates.
The Confederates.
Yeah.
Confederates that were part of the Republic.
Yeah.
That could potentially sort of do something.
So why do you think the third section should apply to Donald Trump?
Well, exactly. That's a good question.
Yeah.
There is a bunch of the Constitution that, like the gun law, for example, right? Like First Amendment.
Yeah. That's the Second Amendment.
Second Amendment.
Yeah.
Insane. It applies to a time where automatic guns were not a thing, right?
They were a thing back then.
Not the type. You know what I'm saying?
Do you not know what the
not high
pepper box
capacity?
Gun is?
No, I know what you told me before.
The pepper box gun has way more capacity than most of the gun rounds that we have now.
I am talking about guns, assault rifles that we have right now, which are available numbers that
we do not have access to assault rifles.
Okay, so maybe it's my language. I'm talking about AR-15.
AR-15 is a semi-automatic rifle.
Semi-automatic.
So you want to get rid of all hunting rifles?
No, I don't want to get rid of them. What I'm saying is our interpretation of the Constitution legitimately has to be seen in a different light, because almost every section of that law is archaic. Okay.
Okay. Well,
it doesn't really apply
I'm
to.
going to tell you right now. Right.
What did it say about lobbyists?
The round of the AR-15.
Yeah.
This big.
Okay.
The round of a standard hunting rifle.
Like what is that? Like a elephant gun or something? Like
no,
a 50 cal?
No. This is just a Remington rifle that you can buy.
Okay.
Not an elephant rifle. It's just a standard hunting round.
But
it's way bigger than your AR-15.
Yeah, but that has less bearing on us, on people using them.
It can put a bigger hole.
I understand.
And it's way more accurate than the AR-15.
How many in the magazine? Can you shoot it automatically? All those stuff. What?
Yeah.
But you know the point I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make.
Okay, but I'm going to tell you right now, most mass shootings are not done with rifles.
Okay,
they're done with handguns.
Let's say, but could you use the Constitution as written? Okay, exactly the way it is. There are multiple sections of that law. You will need to interpret differently for it to apply.
So we should just use the.
Says
first
nothing
line
about the internet.
No.
Says nothing about lobbyists. Says nothing about green energy.
You're correct on the internet thing. But if we just interpret the first line of the Second Amendment,
okay,
the right to bear arms shall not be infringed.
Okay,
we can just stop there.
Do you think they had? So this is why this is a uniquely American issue, because we're abiding by.
No, I'm going to tell you right now. The founding fathers were not ignorant to technological advances, because they knew there were stronger guns out there that they didn't have access to.
Correct.
Such as the pepper box gun and the rail gun that was being made, like the crank fucking minigun that you could use. So they knew of these weapons. They didn't have access to them because we were poor here in America in comparison to.
Why is this a uniquely American issue? In terms of just gun violence.
Why?
I'm not talking about people getting shot. Like, we have had over 4,000 mass shootings. Just and mass shooting by definition of 3 plus. This is a uniquely American issue because we respect that law.
Yeah.
Second Amendment.
Yeah.
We want to live by the Constitution. We've seen this experiment working so far. And individual right, always you want to err on the side of caution and say individual rights first, right? You want to do that.
Yes.
Do you think the founding fathers would have had a different idea of maybe amending that line, or perhaps limiting access to citizens?
No, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because the second Constitution isn't just the right for self-defense. It's defense against a tyrannical government.
100%. I understand that.
So,
but given the mass casualty of children.
If we take away guns from people, if we disarm the population,
you don't want to do that.
The First Amendment's gone then.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. I actually agree in not doing that.
If number 2 goes away, the rest of the Constitution goes away.
But don't you think it would have been easier if there was part of the Constitution that says maybe...
So what would you be advocating for then?
For example, the things that we're working on right now, which is mental health, minimum... I forget the exact wording of the law, but there are some states that are enforcing people not to get their hands on guns if they're deemed to be mentally, like, sort of... in an anger state.
Well, who determines that they're mentally
exactly
unstable?
what I'm saying? Like, this is a difficult thing to maneuver, but these are details.
These states that you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's ex-girlfriend who's jilted could just be like, that dude's crazy.
For sure. I'm not saying this is the right way to do it.
This guy's disarmed.
And I'm not saying that's the right way to go about it.
No, but that's the way the laws are.
The reason I'm saying this
they're called red flag laws.
Yeah. The reason, but we're having to do these is because... What's up? Completely black?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to... Yeah.
I'm going to tell Yordi to turn the lights on.
Yeah.
Honey? I'm going to have to cut this part out.
No, we don't need to cut it out.
Yeah, just knock on the door and tell her lights on, please. Honey, lights on. I don't know if you can say it to her. She can hear it. This is professional. Lights on, honey. Just the lights, not the fan. Not that one, honey. This one, yes. Awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, we're back on. Sorry,
there we go.
We were in the dark.
Yeah, we were in the dark for a little bit. I didn't realize it. It happened quickly.
Yeah. The reason here's the path that I want to go down, Chris. I'm not arguing with you.
You're arguing.
I'm only trying to.
I fucking hate you.
I'm only trying to.
How dare you not agree with me 100% at all times?
There is, that's the attitude, right? There is a reason why we're having to interpret law.
Yeah. For
the time. There's a reason why you have to go see precedent and sort of change it. There is a reason why.
There has been amendments to the Constitution, though.
There's a reason. The reason we're having to amend them is because
Well, okay, so
the times are different.
All right, well, listen. So that's why states have determined their laws, right?
Correct.
So, yes.
But the Constitution supersedes.
But if you look at this, though,
Yeah.
no, well, not really, because in Detroit, you're not allowed to have a gun at all. So the Constitution doesn't supersede that, apparently.
So here's what you do: the DOJ can sue the city.
Yes, but
to enforce
they
the
haven't,
Constitution.
though. But
Well,
they
there's a
haven't,
reason
though.
for that. There's a
Yeah.
reason for that.
Because the state should have the right to govern themselves. If there's a city or a state that says, "Hey, we just don't have guns," then they have that right.
You know, the government likes that, right?
Yes,
Especially
like
the opposing whoever is not in power right now would actually prefer that, because Detroit, if it's majority of people.
But if you see the states that have the strictest gun laws
Yeah.
have the most gun crime. It
so-
is true. Chicago,
so that
Detroit.
that is possible. That is possible. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, or I've never seen the data, but that is possibly true. But to get back to the point, I don't want to lose this point, and I'm going to read you Section 3 of 14th Amendment, okay?
Yeah.
If someone swears to uphold the Constitution
Mhm.
and they then go and engage in rebellion, nobody's doing rebellion right now.
Yeah.
The language is different because it's addressing the times, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but okay, so
How do you define
are
rebellion?
you talking about January 6th? Is that what you're trying to infer?
No,
that
no.
would
Let's
happen?
just finish this up. I'm not saying anything so
Okay.
far. Engage in rebellion or insurrection or give aid or comfort to the enemies of the Constitution. They can no longer hold office. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's applicable to Trump
In
in any way.
Okay. So, what would you say amounts to rebellion
If
in
Trump,
our present day?
if Trump said, during January 6th, if
Mhm.
he was encouraging everybody to go into which he did not, 30 minutes before anything happened,
Mhm.
he tweeted out, "Be peaceful."
I don't think that's true.
It is true.
I want to check that timeline on you.
Donald Trump pulled up the fucking receipts for it. They deleted off his tweets.
What about him
dude.
saying we have to be forceful?
Can forceful be used in another way that is not physical?
Why would you interpret that? Don't you know
It's
that your
just like-
base?
it's just-
Don't
well,
you know that your base?
Okay, well, let me
Don't you
ask
know
a
that your
question.
base?
Do you remember May 29th?
What happened on May 29th?
Leftists, Democrats firebombed the White House and burnt down the church across the street. But that wasn't considered an
You mean
insurrection.
during his presidency?
During his presidency.
Is that the time when he went and do the photo
into
op?
the bunker?
Yeah. Okay.
He didn't. Yeah, they said it was for a photo op, but the White House was attacked.
Okay. So
But that wasn't considered an insurrection. That wasn't considered.
sure. Why
rebellion?
not? Why not? If there were individuals
But no, but that's
identified,
what I'm saying. The other side doesn't consider that though. When actual violence was used, they attacked the White House.
you understand what I'm saying? If there is a person part of that insurrection, I'll call it an insurrection.
Yeah,
Okay, it's treasonous act.
yeah,
That person should be
So-
tried. Okay,
yeah,
and if they
but-
hold office, bar them from that office.
yeah. But
What I'm saying is, what would you constitute as insurrection, as rebellion, as giving comfort and aid to enemies of the Constitution? For example, Toro, the last
Yeah.
name is Toro, the Proud Boys guy.
yeah, he wasn't even
20-something
there.
years.
Yeah, but he was even there.
doesn't need to
22
be.
years.
He doesn't need to be. He doesn't need to be.
Yeah,
But there was a reason why they barred him, because he was obviously
It was
sort of
22 years,
aiding and abetting, and then was it 22?
it was 22.
Okay, that's huge. Okay, I know
Yeah.
DOJ was asking for 35.
Yeah,
The prosecutors were asking for 30 something,
yeah,
but 22 is crazy, dude.
yeah,
Crazy for what happened.
Yeah.
The number 2 and the number 3, 15 and I think 18
Yeah.
or whatever.
yeah.
There is a reason
If
why
so-
we
if
call that a
someone-
rebellion.
If
They
someone
called it a
committed
rebellion.
violence, if someone, yeah, I know, but if
They
someone,
called him. He's obstructing the age-old tradition of America, which is peaceful transfer of
I'm
power.
not saying I'm not defending January 6th. I'm not
Okay.
defending it at all. But but listen, if you see most of the videos,
Yeah.
the DC police are waving people into the building.
I've seen that too.
Yeah,
Okay.
most of it is that. There's
Dude,
not a lot of violence happening.
were there people that
There was violence that happened that day. I'm not saying
Yes.
there wasn't, but most of it was the DC police waving people fucking in. So it's like, what?
I'll tell you this. I would not
that
call every
versus-
person
that
I'll
that
not-
versus the White House being firebombed. That's fucking night and day, dude.
What about them going into putting their shit up on the walls, kind of taking computers out of Pelosi's office?
Yeah, they shouldn't have taken the computers.
Okay, what about putting shit up? But what about
I don't
shit
care
on the wall?
I don't care about putting shit up. I mean, get him
firebombing, putting shit. That's the same for me.
No, it is
The
absolutely
disrespect is the
fucking not, dude. If I spray paint something on the wall and you consider that the setting something on fucking fire,
the minutia that we really don't need to. I want you to. I want you to give your honest response on this. Okay.
Okay. I don't think any of this can apply to Donald Trump.
And I'm saying it could for one good reason. Okay.
Why?
I think the guy knew the influence that he had. I think he should have chosen his words more carefully. I think when Kevin McCarthy and who's the VP, Mike Pence, were texting him. You know what Kevin McCarthy texted him? Do you know who the fuck I am?
Yeah.
You're sending your mob right now to have us killed? Because they were when they were ducking under there.
Okay, so
that guy refused to go on TV and tell him when everybody was imploring him to not do that.
Okay.
That clearly tells me.
Let me ask you a question because this term was used a lot. Okay. So when Nancy Pelosi tells the Democrats they need to fight, what do you think that means?
What do you mean? For example,
no. What do you infer? What do you infer the word fight means in the context of the thing? We need to go out and fight for our rights. Or fight for the presidency. What do you think that means?
You think
No. I'm just asking you. What do you infer from that statement?
Well, it depends on the context and the timing. I'm just saying,
people have used that word.
People have used the word fight in different contexts.
I know.
But when you say fight forcefully,
but he also said peacefully.
You and I will need to, as part of our React video, go back and see that event and try to be as unbiased as possible.
He has his.
And
all right, did you see the townhouse?
But I want you to think of the mentality of the people that showed up.
Yeah.
Angry crowd, okay?
Yes.
Angry base.
Yes.
That actually legitimately think the state election was stolen and America's integrity in terms of our constitution, our democracy was under threat, okay?
Yes.
And I'm never going to call every mother that flew from Iowa or whatever and actually ran into the building. Exactly. I'm not going to call them an insurrectionist.
People who should be arrested for what happened that day.
I actually don't call those people insurrectionists.
No.
Honestly, the girl that got shot trying to go through the window, I feel the Petito, is it?
I
don't know. I know the guy Petito is another person. That lady, my heart breaks for her because those people legitimately believe they were being patriots. Okay, they were being patriots. I honestly believe that. Okay.
Yeah.
But when you're the president, I think you hold yourself to a different standard and actually see, am I really obstructing the peaceful transfer of power? Yeah. Am I putting...
what would you rather had Trump did? Just want to know.
First of all, stop saying the election was stolen. Err on the side of caution and say, because you telling your base that is legitimately angry at the establishment.
Okay, I agree with you. That right there. But I'm just saying, what else? Because
stop saying it.
He said peacefully. He kept saying,
"Okay,
be peaceful."
How about telling his crowd? Mike Pence has the power to hold
every single fucking time.
What about him telling
the Democrats
Mike Pence
told him to fucking disown white supremacy? I have a fucking compilation of him doing this shit.
That's fine. I will never go back to that, dude. Democrats trying to hold him, trying to catch him on a flaw,
but
this is trying to catch him on a misstep. All that doesn't count for me. I'm trying to see Trump for who he is, as a person who had an ego to
yes, he does have an ego. He's all about
here's a person. I know I shouldn't call him stupid, but let's just go, because the word is too simplistic, right? Because obviously he's not stupid. He's made good money, right? He's not dumb.
Yeah.
I don't think he has the mental fortitude to be president in terms of intellect. That's my opinion, obviously.
Yeah, but there's been several presidents with that mental intellect that have been president.
Exactly. 2, Bush, right?
Bush.
2.
And I'd say Joe Biden now.
Oh, for sure. Exactly. I would agree 100%. But 2, combine that with being crazy.
Yeah.
Combine that with being egotistic and narcissistic. Combine that with saying, I am entitled to this job because I can clearly see my crowd size is bigger.
So I don't think he's crazy, but I do think he's egotistical.
That's a crazy combination, Chriso.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think he's crazy. I do think he's egotistical.
Okay, obviously, my wording, I'll amend my choice of word.
But
saying narcissistically and being an egotistic and saying my crowd is bigger. Nobody comes out to his.
Yes, you're correct.
Function or whatever.
But I think he's. But I mean, at the same time, man, I would rather have him in office than Joe Biden.
I don't know.
because
And I agree. Your reason is solid. You're saying he's an anti-establishment. That is good enough.
Well,
for me to take that risk.
that's not the only reason.
I'm sure.
There's a lot of policy positions that he had that I would support it.
But I'm saying I personally hold him responsible for what happened that day.
Okay,
I honestly do.
It's fine that you do. I don't. I mean, if it comes out and he's indicted on it, then he's found guilty.
But it comes down to an interpretation of this law.
Yeah, I know. But I don't think it personally applies.
Why do you think he didn't act immediately when he saw the violence?
You
know what he said, right?
He did. He tweeted immediately.
I'll tell you this. We're going to go back and see the timelines when we see the video of him addressing the crowd on January 6th. And then we're going to go see the timeline of when he tweeted what people were saying about imploring him to go on TV and say no. Even Ivanka, I think, reached out to him. We'll see the timeline. Obviously, we don't want to speculate without seeing those timelines.
Well, I mean, he left. He probably couldn't have gone on TV at that point.
Dude, when Pence was getting rushed out in the back because they were going to hang him, they brought that thing.
Well, no,
it's because he directly told the people that Mike Pence can actually stop this. Mike Pence can actually put a stop to this without certifying the election results. And yet he has the constitutional... Mike Pence was a constitutional professor, okay? He knows the law. Yeah. He knows the law.
I know.
He's like, I have no right.
I've heard a lot of lawyers speak on this, and most of the lawyers agree that this does not apply to Trump.
Okay, so I understand. Obviously, I'm not a scholar, and
I'm just saying there are some lawyers that say it do.
Yeah,
but the majority of the lawyers I've heard speak, and these aren't even Republican lawyers.
Yeah,
they're mostly Democratic lawyers and liberal lawyers. They agree that this does not apply to Trump.
But I'll tell you this: when the founding fathers wrote this, I bet you they were not thinking about a guy addressing.
They just committed insurrection when the founding fathers.
Oh, exactly. Well, there's that too. But I bet you they were thinking of a revolutionary from the South. Yeah. Okay. Kind of getting pissed off.
What do you mean a revolution? We weren't divided.
No, I'm saying from the South that's already been part of the Union right now.
Yeah.
Republic. Kind of doing something shady on the side. They were thinking of that guy.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you want to go back to the days where you were...
but we'll have to see what happens with the trial. But most lawyers agree that doesn't
there's
apply to
two states right now.
at least most lawyers that I've heard. Because I listened to... I've been listening to Destiny.
But
he's been debating lawyers on this. Because he doesn't know. He's not a legal scholar.
Yeah.
There's like one lawyer that he has...
who
like pretty much disagrees with him on everything. They're saying that this does apply.
Yeah.
And he had 7 other lawyers come on. They're like, nah.
But what does your heart tell you, buddy? Like, because this is important to us.
So
you and I are not we're armchair specialists right here, dude.
I am.
That day, you don't think he incited the violence?
No, I think so. When it started, I don't think there's anything he could have done or said to make it stop.
Let's not march on the fucking thing. Let's just stay here.
Okay, but there's also...
What do you mean march on the Capitol?
So, he said peacefully.
No.
Peacefully. He did. No. He said peacefully. Because I read the text back to fucking Nolan.
We're going to react together on the thing.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me the point. I'm going to say...
March peacefully. He said fight peacefully. Yes, he did. He said peacefully a lot.
Okay. I'll disagree. I disagree. Because you're not going to get to see the speech.
So, Nancy Pelosi also had the option to have National Guard there, right?
Okay.
Because they suspected something might happen, right?
Dude, if it turns out that they knew something was going to happen, but they were going to use this just as a ruse to get rid of him. The chief of police
already came out and said that he requested National Guard several times from Nancy Pelosi.
I'm agreeing with you.
And she denied the request.
She's no longer a speaker.
I know.
Get her. Shame her in public.
Yeah. But they're not going to.
Republicans are in charge of the Congress right now.
But they're not committee. Barely. They're barely in charge of Congress.
They can start any committee right now.
They can start
any investigation.
I know, but they're barely from having. They have to have support from the other side.
Well, to start an investigation, no.
No, not to start an investigation.
Kevin McCarthy is entirely within his prerogative to start that.
Do you think they would convict Nancy Pelosi?
Why the fuck not? Because she's 80,000 years old.
They're probably not.
Get her.
They're probably not.
You know why they should get her more so than that? Insider trading. I have evidence, literally piles of evidence that I noticed.
But I'm gonna get most American people don't give a fuck about that. For one, I'll tell you why.
do.
I'll tell you why. It's not exciting.
Yeah, there's that.
It's not exciting.
Dude, we're way past our hour.
I know. All right. Well, we're going to call it here.
We're going to call it here. But a good idea for that React video is for you and I to go over the timeline and also watch the video.
I kind of want to do the Jubilee stuff.
We'll do the Jubilee, but I want us to do one episode, like a short one on that one. Just,
well,
I'm going to have a red flag. You're going to have a red flag on yourself. And every time he says peacefully, you're going to put your green flag, whatever. You're going to have a green flag. And every time he says something that I consider to be inciting violence, I'm gonna put my.
I'll print out the receipts for you, man, and I'll send them to you.
I'm not gonna read transcripts. I want you to see the cadence, his delivery, the way he was talking to the people, the crowd, because the way they acted, dude. People that were convicted, going to jail right now, they're saying, "I followed what my president told me."
Well, of course they're gonna say that.
Yeah, you're not gonna believe them.
Okay,
you don't believe them?
No. Well, no. Okay, if you get in trouble and someone else is doing it. Right, too, and then you go and do it, and then you get arrested for it, and the other guy doesn't. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're obviously that guy was doing it. You're obviously gonna fucking say that shit because people don't want to be in jail, and I mean, I wouldn't want to be in jail either. But
I think they should put you in jail.
I think you need to take the Occam's razor on this.
Okay.
And the simplest answer is usually the correct one.
Yeah. Trump is an egotistic maniac who insurrected violence on January 6th, and I do think he's egotistic. This qualifies as a rebellion because this is the closest definition I have to a rebellion and insurrection.
Okay. So So you think all rebellions are bad?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure. So what
rebellion was wrong.
What qualifies as a bad rebellion then?
A bad rebellion would be
bad for us to rebel.
A bad rebellion would be 18 something when Tennessee was saying we're not going to be part of the republic because we would like to keep our slaves, and there were a bunch of
and was it a bad rebellion that we didn't want to be a part of the part of England anymore?
No, taxation without representation sucks.
But I think
if you're convinced the election is stolen and you have evidence for it,
yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, there is evidence that there was voter fraud.
Yes. But you admit also that there was not enough to actually change the outcome of the election.
Well, I've heard some compelling arguments against. I'm not convinced.
Depends on what convinced
I'm not convinced.
Okay.
100%.
I'm taking that position. Your final position is.
I've heard some recent compelling evidence.
Bro, it surprises me that.
But. Again,
we have to put a close on this chapter. Trump was never could lose Russia. That's a chapter I'm willing to close.
Yeah, but they won't drop that.
No, you and I, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
The election never stolen.
No, I don't think we
have to put, and you've said that in all fairness for you, and you've even said it's hurting Trump that he keeps saying it.
Yes, it absolutely is. Like during the CNN town hall, he said it way too many fucking times. That hurts him with moderates.
But the base eats it up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
But your base isn't going to win you the election. You have to appeal. You have to appeal to independents and moderates.
That will not vote you.
And that's the thing.
National vote.
That's why the Democrats are losing ground too, and that's why progressives never win any elections. Right?
I gotta go back and help my wife, dude. She is with 2 babies by herself.
Yeah, but I mean, just saying. Let me just finish this closing statement.
Yes, sir.
That's why progressives never win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because their ideals do not appeal to the broad American populace.
To either extreme.
It appeals to a small minority.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll hit you up again next week, guys.
Yes, sir.
With a new topic. We'll discuss it over the week. You guys take care. And,
yes, sir.
Follow us on Twitter at A Podcast.
Awesome. Nice talking to you, brother.